Good evening! Okay, so, sorry, I'm gonna get everything set up here. It will be but a moment, which also includes finding all my chat windows here. Oh, yeah, it'll be under Twitch TV, isn't it? Yeah, I completely forgot. What's the name of that website where I stream on? Something like Twitter, Justin TV. Yeah, Justin TV, that's right. I remember those days. The days where Twitch was just TV. It was just in TV, yeah. Yeah, so this is I'm hoping this will record simultaneously. So we have something interesting. let's get stuff set up here. So, I'm in the middle of... I've spent the last 2 hours accelerating this rocket up to 8.2 kilometers per second. It started out with something like 6,000 parts, and it needs to do a flip around and land on the moon, and then return. And I'm trying to do sub 1 hour, from Kerbal to the moon and back again, right? So I've been able to get like 1 hour and 2 minutes. So this is a bigger and more awesome rocket, and I'm hoping that this will finally bring us back to that moment when I was able to feel amazing. So, before we get started, let's give shoutouts to everyone that's here. Davren, Set, Citri, Z-Spirits15, Ramanama Kumar, Anders SDK Gamer, Pushing Robot, Demon Strip, The Argent God, Fish Doctors, Caffeine 1138, John Gluck, Normal 225, Cheesy Christ, Dan the Space Man, Sun Red, Uber Spaz, Excite Twitch, Mike Levi 316, Equal 2, Sundeer Tube Worm, and Explicit Styles? Really? Is that a reference to Style Project? Because, yeah, wow. That was a site that went all over the place, didn't it? Yeah, don't look it up. Seriously, don't look it up. Okay, so I've changed settings. You know what? I cannot, I can't initialize Bandicam at the same time as I'm recording this. So, that's a good question. I guess I'm explicit style. Yeah, never mind. No, you don't want to know. I guess we're just going to go without Bandicam for this recording, because this is going to be it. So, oh, the game crashed! The game crashed! Wait a second. The game actually just crashed on me. The good news is, I did save. Thankfully. So I guess I'm going to load this game again. And we're off to a good start here. I use Bandicam. I know it's not the best. There's many people hate its performance, but I like it because I can record my microphone, my game audio, and other stuff separately on the same thing and have them all synchronized up. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's bring things back. Let's see. The game is there. Okay. So where were we? We were on Speedrunner. And this is yeah, I mean, we recorded the first bit and then I stopped recording, so this is where we are. And then I gotta go out to the tracking station. Record breaker rebuild. Oh, mission elapsed not very long. Whew. And so the first thing I'm gonna do is Alt F5, turn around, Twitch, just so we can reset to this point. Okay, so I've got to turn this thing around here, and this is going to take some effort because I have a lot of force. So you can see I'm moving just under, well, I boosted up to 8.2, but wow, the engines are still very hot there. Look at that, looks like a real rocket. Notice how I'm overlapping my booster clusters here, so I can put 8 boosters on there. Oh yeah, doesn't that look awesome? I think that looks pretty awesome. Okay, now while this is rotating, we need to transfer Valentina into the command seat. So we're going to open, and then she's going to EVA. And she's going to crawl down into the rather more cramped pod here. Board that. Now, hopefully this... I'd better just hit this thing here. There. Stack decoupler, decouple. So that is going to get ditched, and it'll hopefully float far enough away from here it doesn't hit anything. This is quite a monster. Oh, this is quite a... This is but a mere shadow of its former self, let's say. So we're gonna turn this whole thing around. Now we are headed to the moon, but unfortunately the game doesn't realize it, because the game has trouble plotting the intercepts when you're traveling at such high velocity. But don't worry. Now, while this is turning around ever so slowly, I am returning to the beer this evening because I am no longer sick. I've been sick a lot, or tired a lot, or whatever. But this is again something that came from a fan, and I have once again forgotten the guy's name, but he was very nice. Sent me a 6-pack of all sorts of interesting stuff, I believe from like the South, Hattiesburg, Missouri, MS. But yeah, this is a Mississippi Fire Ant Red Ale, and I'm hoping it isn't super spicy because that could be problematic. Here goes nothing. Okay, it is not in fact spicy. Well, anyway, so now I'm going to have to figure out when I'm going to start firing these engines to slow down. You're hoping it's not full of ants. As far as I can tell, it is not full of ants, nor is it a beer for ants. And by that I mean my auntie who likes wine instead of beer. Okay. The slow rotation, I'm sure you're guessing, is because this doesn't recharge particularly fast. And we have a bit of time here. So, yeah, we could just sit and watch this. There, look, you can actually see Kerbal slowly receding here. Dad jokes. I am full of dad jokes because I am, in fact, a dad. So everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Can we get a view of the pre-launch structure? You can once at some point. The problem is it takes a really long time to load it. But it has over 5,000 parts. I could probably abuse persistent rotation. I am keeping this as stock as possible. All the parts are stock. So let's be clear. The only thing that is not stock is Flight Engineer, but it does not change the laws of physics. Okay, so we're more or less facing backwards, so I am going to abuse non-persistent rotation here, right? Let's actually aim at the target, and there. Okay, now stability control and retrograde and time lapse. But before I do that, again, reverse save. Now we're not planting a flag, let's be clear. We have more things to do. And there is my capsule floating away slowly. Whew. So I think I'm going to start my deceleration at about... Oh, actually I don't know, because this thing has slightly higher thrust to weight ratio, 18.6. Ooh, I think I'm going to start at about 1100. No. I'm not sure really. Let's see how we do here. Look at it coming in. Let's start it at 1150. 1150, right? We'll find out whether that smashes into the surface or what. This is basically a suicide burn down towards the surface. We are in orbit mode. We are descending towards the surface. I am doing a Mooner Brachistochrone, except for the fact that I don't have enough fuel to do that. Now, I could actually have got more Delta V if I had used nuclear engines, but when you're trying to do 1 hour, the acceleration actually is really important. Okay, so suicide burn is increasing, which is a good sign right now. And I've just realized that I haven't plugged in my audio here. Give me a second. I need to adjust this. Oh, grown, old man, creaky bone. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yeah. I hope nobody was listening to that. Hi, Lucky. I'm sure we'll have to do that. Do you think I'll have enough for a Mooner litho break? Yes. I have done more than a few Mooner litho breaks, put it that way. Look at, doesn't this look beautiful? I'm just gonna say, this looks beautiful. Okay, so ditch those, and then ditch those. And suicide burn is minus 500 now. So now we get into slightly lower thrust. This is another high-speed moon run. Okay, I'm gonna be clear. There's a certain book that publishes video game records, and I just want to clarify the exact number because I want to have a good recording of my various runs. And if you want to hear dad jokes, Austin Braun on Twitter has just made a joke about irony with respect to Meteor Crater, which is hilarious because, of course, Meteor Crater was made by an iron meteorite, huh? Yeah. Here this goes. The fun thing about this is I smash a lot of stuff into the moon. Just so you know, right now, I'm actually, no, I guess I'm still over 500 tons at this point. And ready to light those next engines. Okay, and minus 83. This, I may have left it a little late. I'm just going to say, I may have left my deceleration burn a little late. Oops. Whatever. Yeah, this is pretty much the design that I made a while back, but the booster stage to get it up to speed has been redesigned. I had issues with not having enough engines on the bottom, so I had to figure out how to add more boosters, and that becomes a problem because of you know, collision detection with respect to the exhausts. Okay. Oh man, the suicide burn value just keeps going negative. I do not think I'm going to stop in time, which is going to be painful. But maybe I'll stop in time. Maybe I've misunderestimated things. 500, that's nothing. Sky has got your phone? What? Uh-oh. I gotta do something here. Oh, right, you give that back right now. Oh, yeah, Sky accidentally taking Amy's phone, huh? Yeah, I think I'm gonna crash out here because this is not slowing down in time. So maybe 1200 was a good start, right? Valentina getting out and pushing is not going to help. Minus 64 it says. So whatever the value... Yeah, I think 1200 would have been a good guess, actually. Although, the thing is, the problem is the suicide burn is unreliable because the velocities change. Oh, wait, is she in here? Doesn't look like it. I gotta wait until I get up to over... This doesn't look like 3-part... Oh, I gotta change the name! You're right! Okay, let me do the thing. Okay. Mooner speed record. Update information. There we go. Sky! Now! Yeah, I don't think Valentina's in there. let me just see. Valentina went on EVA. I don't actually see... Valentina Kerman was killed. Okay. So now we're going to do Alt F9 and reverse. Okay, so let's say 12... I'm going to say 12:20. Oh, you should have seen the video on I posted to Twitter from a previous attempt. You know, I was coming down with 1 hour and 2 minutes on the clock, and then I ejected my heat shield. It smashed into me and spaghettified Valentina. It was pretty impressive in terms of breaking things. You feel like you've seen this before, yes, because I still have not managed to get sub 1 hour without cheating. Right, that's the hard part, is the not cheating part. Give it to Mum. So you gotta edit all this stuff out, obviously. Kids being kids and stealing phones so they can watch their shows. Okay. This is why you don't have kids. There's a lot of reason why. I think there's a lot of people that don't have kids because they're nerds and don't have a wife. There you go. Ha! Okay. I think I'm going to go for 12:20. There we go. Once again. Rocket ship. On my way to Mars on a collision course. I'm a satellite. I'm out of control. Yes. The problem with this is the thrust to weight ratio, and this whole stage here, the thrust to weight ratio is just too low. And the other problem is that, so I did a challenge back in 0.9 where I did to the moon and back in 1 hour, right? The problem is that was before re-entry heating became a deadly thing. So, and it was also before they nerfed all the engines by about 10%. So to get back under 1 hour required dealing with the re-entry stuff, because I couldn't just hit the atmosphere at top velocity and survive. And I had to now build more engines. And with the lower specific impulse, the tyranny of the rocket equation was real. Right? The thing about vectors is that you needed a lot of them. That's just really the truth with the vectors. The vector truth. The problem with Sepatrons is it's big in terms of part count. Now I used Sepatrons in my fast orbiter, which I can show you perhaps if this is successful. But yes. Okay. Oh, I slowed down with Sepatrons right at the end. Again, part count really becomes a major problem with this. Okay. Some suicide burn is negative, but it is rising. We're ditching all the nose cones after the leave. I thought about that, but I wasn't really sure of how to do it without turning the thing into a giant cluster bomb that I would inevitably crash into. Punch the moon. Yeah, Moon Puncher 1. Okay, suicide burn going. So I got it watching this number here, right? So this is a suicide burn number. If it is positive, it means I'm going to come to a stop above the moon. If it's negative, it means I'm going to come to a stop inside the moon. And the problem is that calculation is based upon my current thrust to weight ratio. And as I burn stages, as engines burn out, I inevitably slow down. I'm just going to make sure... I like to drop the gimbal on this stage. I forgot about it earlier. Hey, you should never not have Queen stuck in your head. Queen is, of course, one of the finest bands ever. And if you're an astronomer, you know, obviously Queen is the greatest band ever. There is no question at that point. Look, see, it says I'm going to come up with 46, 47, 48, 50 kilometers to spare. But what's going to happen is as soon as these engines burn out, that will drop. Yeah, back to minus 13. Oh, this is really cutting it fine. What does the gimbal do? The gimbal is for steering. And the problem with this is if the gimbal gets too high and it decides it wants to steer, then it can be problematic. You know, I'm going to switch it to surface direction as well. So it can wobble a lot because this thing is so loosely connected. Okay, suicide burn is 10 kilometers. We are heading straight down. Yeah, who needs gimbals anyway? Just go straight into the face of destiny. Okay, and suicide burn is negative again. I'm just riding this. Oh man, I'm very concerned that I am not going to be able to stop in time now. So it says minus 10 and I'm going to lose thrust as these things go out. So I think I might need another 10 kilometers to stop. But this is why we are doing saves, right? Yeah, we're about to smash into the ground here. Okay, so I'm going to give it another 11 kilometers. And you know what? Yeah, actually, I'm going to give it 15 kilometers. Yep, and... okay. Third attempt. Oh yeah, you know what? I really wish I had time to do... So people were talking about, or I was suggesting, I should have done a song to promote the t-shirt. The t-shirt! You only have a couple of days to get the t-shirt. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to post the link in chat. Because, you know, it's kind of limited opportunity and people will be mad if they miss it and whatever. Let me just see. How do I actually go to the campaign? See live. There, I do that. So I do this. So there's a t-shirt that was designed by somebody that actually knows how to design a t-shirt. It is Check Your Staging. And I thought, oh yeah, I could do like a song. I could have like a tune. It's like, where you're sitting on a launch pad ready to go. You're flying into space. Fuel's starting to flow. And... the fuel's running low and you, I don't know, you push the stage and the boosters fly off and you're like, oh my god, I shoulda check your staging. In the rockets, I should check your staging. On the way to the moon, you should check your staging. Okay, you see, this is why I am not a rapper, right? You just need a bunch of people in the background going, yo, check your staging. Okay, so I need another... It'll be 1, 2, 3, 5 is the number I'm going for. No, I'm not going to go check your staging. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5 is what... Well, I'll do like 1, 2, 5, 0. 1, 2, 4, 0. There, that's what we'll do. Okay. I can rap when I have lyrics, put it that way. Yeah, I always remember, like, if you want to hear nerdy rap, you gotta remember, Mr. C with the Shaman. I knew all of his raps because I was a big fan of the Shaman. You know, he would come up and you're like, yeah, moving any mountain, you're capable of moving. The Shaman, the new generation of grooving. You can be what you want to be, but you must let your soul and your body and your mind be free. Whatever, I can't remember the exact thing. Open your mind, because that's where I'm at. Cause going all the way is where I'm at, with delivery smooth like a water from a fountain. That's why I can move any mountain. Oh, bit more explosions there than I expected. Somebody's saying I could do a country-style song like Rawhide. Wish you made a hoodie or a sweater since... You know, here's the thing. I wanted to have you know, they basically said 6 different things. So I did adult t-shirt and kids t-shirt, and apparently there was some people saying, oh yeah, you should have done a ladies t-shirt. I mean, that's what my wife always says. Can you do a ladies shirt? Yeah, I gotta come up with the lyrics. I think it should be like, when you're in the lab, check your staging. When you're flying in space, check your staging. When things go wrong, you should have checked your staging. And of course, you heard that the Soyuz launched this morning. Oh, sorry, yeah, the Soyuz launch of the satellite, the Meteor satellite, apparently had a situation where they should have checked your staging. I spoke to flight control. I said I'm in a hole. I spoke to flight control. I said I'm in a hole. My mind is a raging cause he didn't check your staging. Ha! There. Again, watching that suicide burn number. Ground control to Major Tom. Check your staging. Seriously, so like you've got 2 more days basically. The thing ends on midnight on the 30th, so time is running short if you want to get one of those shirts. I don't know what the reprint status is, like whether there'll be enough, but I think the design's kind of cool. I might consider a hoodie up here. I love hoodies, I'm going to say. But I wouldn't wear one. I don't like pullover hoodies. I like zip-up hoodies, I guess. That's my thing. I should do a song about checking your staging. The problem is I am a lousy lyricist. But I bet you I could probably lay some rhymes down, right? That's all I'm going to say. I think it would be funny. Am I drinking fancy beer? Yeah, I introduced it earlier. And I'm not going to show you it right now because I am staging. But yeah, it is Mississippi Fire Ant. Okay, and again, changing my gimbal limit, and I'm switching to surface mode here. Imperial Red Ale. The Discord could use something to focus on. Yes, well, why not? Yeah, you guys over in the Discord chat, if you want, you know, people... Yeah, there's a Discord, and you can focus on this kind of stuff. I've often asked the guys in Discord for like preview advice and things like that. So yeah, if they come up with lyrics, that's fantastic. I just, you know. Bingo. Yes. Okay. Now, what is the number? It looks like 7 kilometers. Great. You're having Guinness yourself. Well. Coincidentally, Guinness, eh? Because I bet you this could be a world record, huh? No? Just kidding. If you had a second screen, you would join Discord too. Okay, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to hit my Delta V and then stage, and then I'm going to see what my suicide burn distance is. The problem is that you typically get down low and then it suddenly flips itself over, right? It suddenly is like, huh, I bet I didn't tell you about that. Okay, I'm going to drop my thrust down for a second. So we're at 29 minutes and 15 seconds, 19 seconds. Okay. Whoa, there, look! There's something we left behind. Did you see that? Okay, throttling back up again. You're drinking ginger ale. That can always count. Ginger ale is nice and tasty, and you know can be good for those people that like that stuff. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, and gotta get back home now. Woohoo! We touched down, and I need to actually realize I need to target something. M to target. Target that. Set as target. Okay, we're heading for it. We're in the right place. Woohoo! Okay! You could do an Alt F. I don't know if I should do a quick save just yet. Okay, so actually I should pay attention because we have about 9 kilometers per second of delta V. I need to slow down to just over 6, right? Also, I think I'm gonna curve it over this way just a bit to make sure that I bring the thing down. Look at this thing, huh? Should probably close the door, right? So that she doesn't get cold or hot or whatever. Why aerospikes for such a late burn? Because aerospikes are pretty good for in terms of mass efficiency. In terms of their specific impulse for their mass. Yes. So what I need to do is make sure that any velocity over 6 kilometers, that's what I have left in terms of delta V for slowing down at the end, right? So we should... Okay, now we're ready to stage. Okay, so... Still coming down, watching these numbers here. So I can't exactly go straight down. I've actually got a video, by the way, where I managed to land exactly at the space center. I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going for the maximum speed. Slam is not evocative of a dignified landing. Listen, when you have minimal fuel margins, dignified is not important. Landing is, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna have I don't know, I think we'll be like 7 kilometers per second. I might not be able to do sub 1 hour. That's unfortunate. But I'm gonna be so close. What is my current time? It's 33. Ah man. I think I'm gonna need to do... Where does the 6K? It comes from trial and error and realizing that that's how much I need left over to... That's if I hit the atmosphere going any faster than that, then I will almost always burn up. That's really what it comes down to. This thing does seem to take... I think we need more acceleration on this final stage, but you know, whatever. We've done it. We've been there. Oh, this needs to go here, and this needs to go here. There we go. That's it. That'll stage correctly. I did a lot of heat shield testing, yeah. But I've got a different protocol here that I figured out that actually helps. I may escape the Kerbal system if I somehow run out of fuel. I mean, technically, I still have enough to get up to escape velocity here. That's the kind of hilarious thing about this. Okay. There we go. Burning, burning, burning. Really, the tiny Oscar tanks have a lower dry weight? They used to be worst for that. They used to be the worst tank in the game in terms of dry fuel mass. Dry mass, you know, the fuel ratio. These dinky little engines. Ah, man. Okay, 100 meters per second left. There we go. Okay, so now I have 1200 meters per second, and this thing is starting to get close. So, you know, you don't want to hit the atmosphere too steeply, but if you go in not steep enough, then you waste time. That's the problem. You know, I might actually be able to do this because 25... Oh, man, this is going to be close. This is going to be so close. Oh, wow. This sounds like a Russian maneuver in space. The Russians were far more sensible than this. Yeah, most of the fuel tanks in the game have like 1/8 of their mass empty. So that's actually consistent with the rest of the tanks. I think they just standardized all the tanks. Although the shielded, you know, tanks that are used for the space planes and everything, those are different. Okay, and we're still doing fine. I'm now going to adjust this so we hit the atmosphere but not going too steep. Okay, so I'm going to be slightly short of 8 kilometers per second, but not... I think maybe 7.5 kilometers per second. But actually, it will add up on the way back. What physics laws could we prove/disprove if we could move a star? We could disprove that section of the Bible that says that only God may move stars. I don't know about physics laws, though. If you could move some stars, you could put them into position to test things like gravity waves and stuff like that. I don't know. Okay. 2 kilometers per second on this stage. Yeah, I think the Mark II tanks are designed... They have a higher heat tolerance, though, if I remember correctly. Like, although you get rubbish, worse mass ratio with the plane parts, you get better performance in terms of the their heat handling. What are my thoughts on pilot wave theory? You know what? I'm not a quantum mechanics dude. I'm going to trust the people that know quantum mechanics and just say, if you think that's fine, it's fine by me. That's really what I'm going to say. If you hit something with a neutron star, does that qualify as a neutron bomb? Technically, a neutron bomb is something very different. A neutron bomb is basically a thermonuclear device where the tamper is designed not to block the radiation, right? So it doesn't have a fissile tamper, so it tends to produce a lot more neutrons. That's really what it is. I may actually be getting that wrong, but a neutron bomb is basically designed so that more of the neutrons leak out rather than get reflected back in. Okay, so once again, 6 kilometers per second is the magic number, and you want to be able to slow down from about 6 kilometers per second. I think a lot of your viewers watch PBS Spacetime. You think so? Man, I don't know. I was mentioned something on Twitter, and Kyle Hill was like, oh wait, does he do that? Maybe I'm confused. But he was like, I was going to do a video on that. I was like, but I'd written a video on that first. I was explaining that if you vaporize someone, then you probably die in a steam explosion. You know that scene in Star Trek 2 where Captain Turrell goes mad and decides to and like finally decides to end it all? Like if he vaporized himself, but the thing is, if you vaporize yourself in a confined space, then it's like a steam explosion that'll kill everyone in there. The story behind Syzygy is that I can't spell Syzygy. How about that? Is that the kind of story you were looking for? I think a lot. Yeah, I think Atomic Rockets is great, and honestly, I would do a lot more of that website. Except that it would be very obvious that I was copying their website. I prefer to, like, there's stuff that I've seen on that website that's cool, but I kind of made a point when I, like when I did my math on the Expanse, the engines, the Epstein drive, I kind of made a point of not looking at their numbers first because I didn't want to be accused of borrowing their numbers. Oh, actually, 7 to 800. Okay, there we go. That's good. So time is time to pair apps is 20 minutes. Oh look, there's something flying by. There's some of my stuff that was slow. Okay, so now we have 1 minute for. Okay, so moving at this speed, I think I need to start burning at about 750. 750, right? What is Syzygy? Well, Syzygy is yeah, that's whatever. Oh, is that what it is, Kyle Hill? I forget. Yeah. Anyway, I think, you know, he has a nice animation team. I wish I had an animation team because all of these things, they're all kind of totally obvious to me. So explicit styles, I haven't accounted for gravitational acceleration, and I will probably gonna die, right? Let's just see where we're coming down. It looks like actually. Now here's the thing. This looks like I'm gonna come down really close, but I'm not because I'm coming down really steep. Ooh. Oh well, I'm gonna die. How are we doing here? We get plenty of electric charge. Wait. We have EVA propellant. I wonder if that takes mass. Can I save mass by dumping that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna fire my engines when my altitude is about 750. Right? And hopefully I'll get down. If not, oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna Alt F5 re-entry. There, we'll do that. Because, you know, if I mess it up, that would be unfortunate. Yeah, the fuel tank ratio, EVA and push. I am not EVAing at this speed. I only have, like, a small amount of time, let's say. I do not think I'm going to break 1 hour. And I am basically done. I am out of ideas. Like, I cannot handle. It took 2 hours for the first burn, right? Because the rocket is so massive. Okay. Just, I guess I'm running at only 10 times regular speed. My fastest time has been just over 1 hour. 17, 16. Like, if I survive re-entry at this steep angle, then I might just manage it. I'll say that. But I will probably not survive re-entry at this steep angle. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, it says I get 1 minute 41 of fuel. 58 okay. I'm going to fire there. There we go. Slowing down. So part of the design here is obviously I'm soaking up extra velocity here, but these things will hopefully burn. This will burn up, and then this will burn up, and then this will burn up, and that will protect my heat shield for a few seconds, letting me basically get deeper inside the atmosphere. I have this decoupler here. Turns out that decoupler is unnecessary. What I should have done actually was gone and split this tank into two, so it was two separate objects that had to die. Yeah, KSP is terrible for multi-thread performance. That's unfortunately the case. 52 seconds. We're just burning that fuel. The sun is already gone. I also had to turn off a lot of the graphic effects because it was to just try and get as much performance out of this as possible. Good luck with the landing. Yeah. I'm coming in hot. What is it? Yeah, just want to say we're all counting on you. Good luck. We're all counting on you. 22 seconds. And I've reduced my speed to 6.9. I'm going to get my speed down to 6.5 kilometers per second. And we'll see if that is enough. If not, I don't really have many options, do I? 6. Okay, so I'm going to burn out of fuel just a few seconds. Oh my god, I got it perfect! Now the question is, do I survive re-entry? Oh! Oh! Yes! But it's 1 hour! 1 hour! Oh man! Wow! I totally called that exactly! I totally called the altitude exactly. But I'm over 1 hour. Oh man. But you know, I'm sorry, this is gonna be... This is as far as I can go. If somebody can do better than this, they, you know, absolutely deserve it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up because I gotta open this, and then I gotta stage this parachute, right? So about 400 meters is when I stage the parachute. In fact, I'm going to try and... I want to hold a slightly off axis. I want to hold the attitude like this. Because I think that might give us slightly more speed falling sideways. Okay, when I get down to about 1 kilometer, we will open this. I should have no, I actually tested that using the doors to stop. It is not in any way reliable. Okay. 6, 5, 4. Oh, slow down. Oh, and jettison. Oh. Okay, I'll just keep the heat shield around. Oh, man. Oh, 1 hour. And 51 seconds. 1 hour, 51 seconds. 1 hour, sorry. 1 hour, 1 minute, 51 seconds. That is the fastest time that I've been able to get from Kerbal to the moon and back again. Oh, man. The thing is, I bet you I could save a little bit of time. Do you think I could save some time? Reloading the original 119 Gs, do you think? F3, let's see what it says. Most G-force, 119. Wow. I've made up 2 minutes, but man, it is... So, I just want to... Okay, so I'm going to recover this vessel, right? But it could take some time. I could... Well, I thought landing at higher altitude could help. That might save a few seconds. But here's the thing, you know, the altitude on the moon is one thing, but you got to remember the moon is curved, so you have to pick the altitude that is closest to the near side of the moon. So let me just show you. I'm going to open the design so you can see just what it was. There are 6,930 parts. 6,930, right? I've not reached 10,000 parts. So, cost 48,508,000. That is a good point, actually. Did I pick the moon at periapsis? Wow! The other Dave's is the moon actually... I hadn't even thought. Does the moon have eccentricity in Kerbal Space Program? Let me just see. I'm gonna have to check. Kerbal, wiki, moon. I had never thought no, orbital inclination 0, orbital eccentricity 0. Yeah, 0 eccentricity on the moon, so I can't improve on that. Yeah. yeah, eccentricity of the moon is still 0. Ah, wow. Yes. As I said, it took 2 hours. Literally, the first stage was moving at something like 3 seconds per frame. So it took, 100 seconds of playtime to render 1 second of game time. This is still loading. But thank you for all watching that and being here. Yeah, I just got in the mind that I wanted to kind of, take a look at some records. Because obviously Stratton Blitz 75 is the man when it comes to land speed records. Obviously, he looked at my video, my live stream where I did it, and he just applied science, and he kicked ass and created, he got to amazing speeds. He got to escape velocity on the surface, right? So, mad props. So, but yeah, the moon. So the thing is, the Guinness Records thing has my name for the video games for like just under 1 hour. Oh my god, it loaded. Oh wait, no, it's still gonna take some time. Just under 1 hour oh yeah, I can't actually zoom the camera back. Hold on. Let's try and oh yeah, this is what we do. So to actually fit this thing in here, I had to shift the spacecraft all the way over there. So this is as far back. Oh, actually, I guess I can go a little further back. So I had to deliberately push the object to the far end there, right? Do some crazy planes. My god, it's full of boosters. That's what Dave said when he got to the other side, right? Yeah, look at all the boosters. So you'll notice on the last iteration, okay, it's kind of hard. Oh man. Yeah, so what you can see is I'm doubling up on the boosters here, right? So that it creates this nice and it just happens that they fit exactly next to each other, which is really beautiful. Really beautiful. I was thinking that, yeah, I could probably start fitting some extra boosters in here, right? I don't want to abuse part clipping. That was one thing I really didn't want to do. But see, in here, these ones have just one booster, so it lets me stack them closer together, right? But I kept them deliberately short. So I had an earlier version which did the, 1 hour, 5 minute version. No, the spaceplane hangar, I needed to go there and set the symmetry up correctly. No, it doesn't. So you could see all of these are onion staging. There's onion staging right up until here. You saw that in the... Yeah, raise the thing higher in the launch claps. I think I did give it some extra altitude. No, I didn't. Yeah, I should have done that. That might have helped. So Uncle Bedhead, tweak scale is not stock. This has to be stock to qualify. Otherwise, I could just create an engine which has infinite ISP, right? If I flip it 180 degrees, I can just use it to fly Kerbal to the moon. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and load this on the pad because, as I said, so here's the Kerbal Engineer thing. What I like is that it breaks the formatting of Kerbal Engineer and the part counter just breaks down about here. So, yeah. So the stage counters end up in the wrong place. This had... So actually, what is the final number here? So, 127,000 tons. So to put that in perspective, that is... Oh, shoot, I can't do the math anymore. I've had too much beer already. And I haven't. It's about 42 Saturn V's. There we go. And in terms of thrust, yes, almost 3 giganewtons. 2.87 giganewtons. Notice the thing. So actually, let me show you. So I should actually open. I'll show you the previous one. The fuel lines do, and here's the thing. I had to use fuel lines, even although they're not necessary in the latest version, because I needed this thing to compute correctly. Look, it has 28.5 kilometers per second of delta V. I'm actually going to show you. Let me just check the ABV on this. Oh, 8%. 8%. It's a single can. It's nothing. Oh, man. You're curious to see how far this craft would get if loaded into an RSS save. Well, I'll tell you that, that's more delta V than most rockets, most real-world rockets. We're actually having some trouble. Oh, hold on. There we go. Let me show you the predecessor, just so you know. Test lander is... Yeah, let's load test lander 7. That had 3,000 parts. So the problem was it had a lower thrust to weight ratio, and the lower thrust to weight ratio early on really had problems. So I think on paper it actually ended up with more. It might have done better in terms of delta V. This man's saved game belongs in a museum. Yeah, right. Right, so this has more mass than an aircraft carrier, right? I mean, there are certainly ships or bulk carriers that are, Okay. I'm going to start flying Kerbal soon. It is so hard to balance all this stuff to make it work. So I'm just trying to load Test Lander, which has, fewer parts, I'm going to say. But it also has fewer stages. Test Lander 7 used auto struts a lot more. And auto struts, so that a lot of the part count in this comes from a lot of auto struts. So here is this one. Again, you can just about get an idea of what this thing is, right? So it's the same core. This core is identical between both rockets. But I replaced this because what was happening was if I get the camera down here, you'll see that these things started to get out of line. And I ended up copying that out. So I rebuilt this entire exterior network. And if you look at the Kerbal Engineer, yeah, so I guess it has 3 kilometers per second less delta V. And By getting 3 kilometers per second more delta V, I saved 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And also notice thrust to weight ratio is lower over most of the spectrum here. Right? The time was about 1 hour and 5 minutes. I've got it. It's so getting it down under 1 hour and 2 minutes is great. Yeah, the thrust to weight ratio made, just having the higher thrust to weight ratio makes it better. Yeah, right. You know what? I don't have the time or energy. Strictly speaking, if I wanted to save the how much does a fuel line weigh? I'm really curious now. There it says mass 0.05 tons. So 30 stages times a bunch of those. I don't know. Yeah. Well, what somebody was, they saw this and they were like, well, what you should do is just stick a bunch of solid rocket boosters under this. I had actually thought, now this is really hard, hold on. I had thought, now if I can find, oh no, I put these clamps here. You could put like a single vector in the middle and that would help with the thrust to mass ratio. Basically, I had more than double the part count to shave 3 minutes off the time. That is exactly where I'm coming from. I'm going to see if I can do the landing again. I'm gonna go back to the landing and see if I can. So I'm gonna fly something and then load one of those saves and see if I can. Yeah. So I'm gonna load straight to the actual final version. It looks up diminishing returns. Like diminishing returns is one way to put it. The more poetic way to describe it is, this is a fine example of the tyranny of the rocket equation. Right? Yes, the tyranny of the rocket equation. Boy, it just is like a tyrant. One of those tyrant type things. And I'm going to say thank you very much to Vengeance Killer for his subscription. You are the awesome. And if I was going to plant a flag, I would do it this time, but I'm not going to plant a flag. I like to plant flags for people that give subs, but I'm not planting flags because I'm just going too fast. Okay. Why not use large SRBs on this core instead of liquid for return? The problem again comes down to you want to maximize the delta V. Oh crap, I overshot. Okay. I overshot. Reverse. Yeah, like, here's the thing. When you spend 20 minutes, like, time accelerating, the time that you spend, if you can make your thing faster, that's more important, right? You could leave Bill behind, but I've only got Valentina, and it doesn't fly because there's no probe body. Yeah, SRBs are hella inefficient. Hey, Floydian218. Mad props to you for subscribing. You are a Floydian man. Or I presume you're a dude, actually. You're awesome. I don't know, actually. I'm sorry. I should not have made that. I was going to say you're an awesome dude. I'm just going to, oh, dude, because you could actually be a, you know, I know many women who are like, yeah, I can totally be a dude if you call me a cool dude. So I'll be okay with that. Just trying to make sure that everybody is represented equally and awesomely, because you guys are all awesome. Okay. How much longer would it take if the challenge was to fly around the moon and not land? Oh man, that's a good question. I know lots of women, trust me. I am, and I've known a number in the biblical sense of the word as well. Huh? Yeah. So is it 12:35 we said, right? I'm going to try 12:35. See if I can make this landing tighter. Okay, there's that. And the stages are armed for staging, for maximum stagifying, whatever. Yeah. Okay. The problem is free returns would actually take a long time. You identify as a highly efficient vacuum engine. More power to you. Get what I say? Or more specific impulse to you. Oh, crap. Oh, ball... crap, okay. I messed that up. I staged too early. We're gonna do this! Attaching, in the biblical sense, to any phrase automatically makes it scandalous. I like it. That is thy Lord Root, who clearly has done a lot of reading of the Bible. Which is, you know, totally acceptable. I'm just going to put both headphones on because this ear's kind of itchy. Okay, once again. So just saying politically. I'm not sure about that. That would work for fortune cookies too, would you? Those uncontrolled explosions were planned to reduce mass. Unfortunately, I required them to increase thrust. I'm sorry, by the way. I have got the next version of the nuclear bomb video mostly written now. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. But I haven't had a chance to record it, so yeah. I like attaching no pun intended to arbitrary sentences. You should do that. Yeah, you just attach no pun intended, and then if people are like, I don't get the pun, you're like, oh, well, I'm sorry you're not well enough educated. Yeah, attaching no pun intended to phrases is a way of basically, you know, making people feel dumb, right? This is reminding me of XKCD, except in bed. What? Yeah. So Whiskey Weasel is pointing out the Kerbal Space Program doesn't do Lagrange points unless you use the Principia mod, in which case it does. That's right. You just have to say, except in the biblical sense, no pun intended, and then you just cause all sorts of confusion, right? Yes. Okay. Wait, somebody said they recently read through all the XKCD? Even the episode that actually unfolded over several months? Okay, and... stage! Get those engines burning. Burning, burning, burning. Get those engines burning. Get those engines thrusting. Rawhide! Oh. Light them up, set them off! I get a... somebody was right, mentioned Rawhide, and I'm like... oh shit, pardon me. I totally forgot that. Okay, I may have just doomed that by missing that one staging event. But maybe not. Maybe we'll get there. Yeah, Ring of Fire. That is another fantastic tune. I went down, down, down. The Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire. And it burns, burns, burns. The Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire. Light them up, set them off, burn them out, decouple, space hide. I know if that works. Oh, man. His version of Ghost Riders is best. I don't know. Ghost Riders? What are you talking about? There's not enough Moon Kerbals for me to care about them. Don't worry. They'll be fine. Okay, good news is Suicide Burn still showing positive. But I think as I said, I may have delayed detaching too long, so could have doomed this, but we'll find out. Again, this is an effort to save a little bit of time here. I don't care about Moon Kerbals. Moon Kerbals? What Moon Kerbals? I don't know any Moon Kerbals. Yeah, people should always have time to watch the Blues Brothers. Let's be clear. Okay, we're still doing fine in terms of Suicide Burn. 1 kilometer per second. Descending fast. What's my... I don't know what thrust to weight is, but we're just over 1G, so we're doing fine here. I'm just gonna save this, because I think I can do it. Oh, wow! It paused and I thought it had burned out, but I guess I missed that for just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna let this just settle for a second, let it get down to 3, and thrust again. Because what typically happens is I get down and it oh! Yes, that stuff. You guys again. Ah, yeah, you see how the Suicide Burn distance reset? Okay, so I'm gonna let this get down. Okay, touch and throttle up to space again. And target. Set as target. Don't switch to it. Set as target. And then we got to go over this way quite a bit. I'm going to do that. Okay, once again, we're heading home. So I don't know, did anybody keep track of what time? I don't know what time that was. Oh yeah, and I gotta fix the staging here. You know what I could do, actually? No, I'm gonna save that. I was thinking I could burn these things extra early, but I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do is that and that. You feel it was about the same? You believe it was 33 on the last run? Really? We'll find out, basically. I know, we need more thrust to weight ratio on the way back. What I was wondering, what was the original time? Am I slower this time? Because that's really gonna, you know, make it happen, whether this happens or not. Okay, 5, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh crap! Didn't ditch that. Okay, and meanwhile, this is heading downwards. You called it 33 minutes, but I don't remember when. That's a good question. It's gonna take... I've got 9 minutes worth of thrust on this thing. I should get a cell phone mic. I do have. I have exactly that kind of mic right here. See? Lav mic. That's what I use for my... when I do my, like, outdoor broadcasts. I will use the lav mics because they're great. Like, if you look at my visit to JPL, that was all recorded on this mic. And I'm going to say, don't go for the cheapest ones, because I get a slightly better one, and it is, like, way less trouble. It was like a $40 version as opposed to a $20 version. Let's put it that way. So the problem, I thought about burning these engines early, but I would need to, like, pump the fuel into it, and that would be complicated. So I think I'm not going to bother with that. I should have figured out how to pipe that up, but I'm not going to do it. The run is unoptimized because of a failure to stage on cue. That's not true. I staged on cue on descent. I was worried that I was going to crash because I failed to stage on cue. So I think we're doing fine in terms of staging here. I'm just going to say... Okay. Just gonna fix this a bit. Look at us go. $133. We need maybe a little steeper here. I'm kind of worried about how steep I can get in here. Imagine this was your daily commute to work. Yeah, I too would love to get to work by being crushed by 120 Gs of force. Yeah, so I got that staging just right. We had some issue last time. Okay, so now I'm going to aim at this target. So I'm not going to go quite as straight. Burn, baby, burn. We should send Scott to Games Done Quick this summer. I think I would have to have a shtick. I would really like to do a GDQ basically trying to complete science mode or something, but I don't really know if that's the best way to do it. Okay, we're just basically aiming at the dove. The dove from above. Great, we got that staging on time. I almost forgot it, but I got it just right. $3 billion what, Kotharis? And is it just one thing? Kotharis, I have to say, building subways is actually pretty expensive. Building tunnels underneath cities is surprisingly complicated. 3 billion Canadian. Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, they spent a lot of money building some tunnels under San Francisco right now. I think, yeah, I think Awesome Games Done Quick would be better if I'd like to see how fast you can unlock the tech tree. I did it a long time ago in 2 missions, but it wasn't fast. $3 million. I could give you 3 million Zimbabwean dollars, at least before they fixed their currency. Thank you. I like the snowball. I also have the Yeti up there as well, which I use for some things. Ready to stage and stage. Yes. Nice. I think I'm gonna just go a little steeper. Okay, what? This is a snowball. This is a Yeti snowball. A blue snowball. Blue is the manufacturer, just so you know. It's not. It's actually Chrome, just so you know. Just gonna try and get these things to roughly the same orientation. So remember, we wanna make sure the delta V remaining is roughly consistent with the amount that it's going to take to slow down from 6 kilometers per second. I think I can re-enter slightly faster, but this is kind of my magic rule for accounting for the... Oh, you should probably close this as well. That would be unfortunate. Unfortunately, very few people can use a subway train when they're in orbit. Yes. Once again. Okay, that's looking better. So let me see. Looking at the numbers here. Time to periaps. Oh, we're still negative. I somehow thought that we'd reached some magic limit because... Okay, 900 meters per second. I want to make sure that I get lined up with this dude a little better. Okay. 6. We're about to ditch this stage, and then we'll have about 1 minute 40 weight of fuel we had left. So it might be that I use less fuel to land, the other thing, right? So you gotta keep all these numbers, I gotta do all this math as this is happening, right? Okay, 7 kilometers per second. Final stage, any minute now. Okay. So again, subtract 6 from this number, and it has to be the same as this number, right? So right now we're fine. That's 3. If you're using an open cockpit, make sure you can hold your breath. Or wear a spacesuit. Still in the moon's sphere of influence as well. 39 minutes. Okay, watching this number here. I think we might come back just a little bit faster this time. Okay. We're coming back just a touch faster. So we saved a little bit of speed, but unfortunately about 10 meters per second probably isn't going to make that much difference over the next 20 minutes. So we have 19 minutes. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Okay, so no. So I think we got it right last time though, about 750, right? So it gets me there 1 second sooner, basically. Well, you know, whatever. 750. I'm gonna F5 that. F5 to save, yep. Okay, 750. Be nice if I hit land instead of water as well. I should have thought about that, because the water, again, saves a few seconds, right? It's 1 second for every 200 meters or thereabouts. Watching the number. And I just hope that I stick together. 4, 3, 2. I saw somebody mentioning net neutrality. Yeah, no, I'm very much a fan and have studied it and understand it, and I think it's terribly. I think the FCC dude Ajit Pai has been terribly dishonest. He gave this speech today, which has been retweeted and whatever amongst all the conservative blogs, but he's like attacking all these celebrities that are coming out. Oh, these celebrities, they know nothing, you know, completely ignoring the fact that there are actual people that actually know their stuff that are also posting exactly the same things. So yeah, he's terribly dishonest and has basically been corrupted by his time as a lawyer, is what I'm going to say. So yeah, and I know many people are, you know, feel that there's something wrong with regulating markets, but let me tell you, many markets simply do not function as markets if they are not correctly regulated. Otherwise, you end up with broken, broken stuff which doesn't work, right? I'm serious. Okay, sunset. Okay, it's getting here. Yeah, exactly. No, I think he's been incredibly dishonest today, and you'll see this speech like shared around, and it is just full of absolute. I mean, deliberately ignoring the actual people that are qualified to talk about this and attacking the easy targets, i.e., celebrities. You know, it's like, you know, that is not the way you convince people. Right? That is not the way you make your case, by going against the easy targets. Yeah, you know, free markets are absolutely fantastic systems for setting prices, but yeah, if you end up with things in certain situations, it can be really, really bad. You know, like if you, I mean, just simply, you know what's not free? The price of capital, right? The way money is regulated. You know. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things the FCC could be doing that they aren't. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Because, again, coming in at an angle here. I wonder if I'll hit land this time. Burnout! Slightly earlier than I did it this time. Okay. So we're below 1 hour, so I am about 20 seconds early this time, by the way. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to try to hold this attitude, because what's going to happen is I think I slip sideways a little. Maybe I should actually do that. Oh, crap. There we do that. Trying to keep this thing edge on so it moves faster. Okay, let's get this. I don't want to open it just yet. I just want to keep it pinned. And I'm watching my altitude up here. 133. Maybe I can knock some seconds off this. I'm definitely knocking some seconds off of my time. Okay, 1 kilometer up. Open. And deploy. And Jettison. Hey, 106! 106! Oh, look at that. She's standing up like a pro. Let's do that. The peak G-force was lower. I'm really curious. Yeah, it is true. I guess I came in at a slightly shallower angle. Yeah, I guess, you know. What am I going to do? My altitude is currently... Where is my current altitude? Oh, 465 meters. So I saved a couple of seconds. Oh yeah, my peak Gs are here. Somewhere around here, right? Whatever. Oh, G-force. Yeah, there you go. 114. No, that was 1 hour, 1 minute, and 5 seconds. What was good to know? I should have... Man, I could have probably got a little faster. I think sub 1 hour is definitely possible. We've just knocked, what, like 40 seconds off of that time? 50 seconds? I think this is so close to being possible, but I think also we have to leave this. So I'm gonna go to the Space Center. Let me see if I can dig out my... Remember last week I was going for orbital speed, you know, getting into orbit speeds. Quit to main menu. I could possibly do a faster re-entry. That's also possible. Resume. I want to see if I can find this one. I think it was this one, maybe. Yeah. What if you land on a mountain? Good luck targeting it, right? So I was also thinking about time to orbit as a possible, you know, because I remember I got it down to 118 last time. I got it faster, but I'm not sure it's here. Or maybe this is not the one. This is not the one. I wonder what game that was last week that I had it. Actually, this is it here. The Flying Scotsman. But this isn't the one, actually. The Flying Scotsman. Earl Grey. GDLV. I don't think it's here. I wish I had dates on these. I honestly wish I had dates on these things so I knew which one I was using. Oh, Zathras. People are quoting Zathras from Babylon 5. Yeah. I'll just load. I don't know. This one? Collaboration station, eclipses, you know, blah. Let's try this one. Look at the actual craft. I know I have to look at the actual craft files, but that's a hard one. Let's take a look. Boom. That's the one. That's my linear accelerator one, I think. It's not it either. Those are some interesting speed names. I know it's always hard to come up with save names that matter, that work, that make sense to people, right? Was it Asteroid Day? Eclipse? Oh man. Year 1, day 1, 4 hours, speed. Year 1, day 1. RCS Pi, RPC, 1 click. Oh, that was the 1 click challenge. I remember that. Yeah, this is where what I should do is go into my thing. And you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm looking at the browsing the local files and the saves to see the latest date modified. Speedrunner Tourman. Really? Is Speedrunner the one? Oh, maybe it was Tourman, actually, now I think about it. Let's take a look at Tourman. Or maybe, yeah, maybe it is the Speedrunner one. Let's take a look and see in this list if it's got it in there. Because I managed to get my time to orbit down to 55 seconds. Oh yeah, we had all these different spacecraft designs. Yeah, I'm going to take a look back at the Speedrunner one. Are you going to do the Reddit challenge, Eve underwater? Maybe? I don't know. I gotta do my nuclear weapons video though. I really need to do my nuclear weapons video. I'm so far behind on nuclear weapons. Okay. New mod. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Never call anything new something because eventually it becomes the old something. This is something you learn when you write code. Never create a project called new stuff or awesome stuff or whatever. Because then you just need to keep on upgrading. Okay. Anything in here? I swear I cannot find this thing. Okay, once again, look at the saves. I think I need to look in here, right? Oh, no. L stage? What's L stage? Oh, that's the core stage of this thing. Yeah, that's not it. That's very frustrating that I built this thing. Yeah, I saw the North Korea ICBM test. I'm guessing they're continuing to experiment with their RD-250 derivative, whatever it is. Yeah, Fat Man is the last one that I created there. So how did so I have a video where I did this, right? That's not it. Pardon me, but I seem to have lost my spaceship. Yeah, all of these are totally out of date. Not good. And this is the BFR, so this is not the one. Nope. Excuse me, technical problems. Oh, I got another excess one here. That's interesting. I get a few different things here. Maybe it slid under the fridge. I don't know. I don't know where this is. Let's Let's load up Asteroid Day. Let's see what's in Asteroid Day. Maybe there's one in there. If only Windows had grep or find, I could find this thing so fast. Oh crap, pushed the wrong button. Yeah, I posted a video to Twitter showing my orbiting skills. I'm going to look for .craft files. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. And sort by... How do you sort by date modified? Record breaker, E-descent, test lander, LED. That's great. You're not, unfortunately... Open file location. Let me tour. I don't get that. I'm very confused. I'm going back to Tourman. But actually, no, it can't be. It can't be there. How do I sort by kind, date modified? Yes, this week, because I just posted it. Just give me everything that I modified this week. And then give me a way to actually look at it without doing this thing. So I just want to find the directory. Oh, there. Oh, no, that's the save file. Yeah, that's what it is. Can test? Okay, let's try that. A little further. Date modified is here, so this is what I'm looking for. And we get the Flying Scotsman here. Don't tell me I didn't save this thing, right? That was a test craft for re-entry. I think can test. Let's... Okay, mouse over. Show me the damn thing. Okay, it does say it was an aerial. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna find this. It's totally here. I know it's here. It's not one click to orbit. No, I've already done that. Oh, look, it was in my original place, exactly where I expected. I am, indeed, a complete idiot. One click to orbit, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, right? And if you want to buy the t-shirt, make sure you check out the t-shirt link that I posted earlier. Because the t-shirt is only going to be available for about 24 hours, 48 hours. Okay, here we go. That is not what was supposed to happen. So I guess I should probably use auto strut. How about that? Check my strutting. Oh, don't spill that. That's empty. Whoa! Nice. That is not what that was supposed to do there. How about we auto strut it to the root part and see what happens? Everything is better with auto strut in the biblical sense. No pun intended. There you go. I had a video of this working just fine. What the devil? What the heck? Okay, grandparent part. Let's try that. Someone post the t-shirt link. I shall post the t-shirt link because nobody else has posting permission because it's complicated to give people permission. Let's see if it... This is... Oh, man. This... Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to turn off this and I'm going to use normal struts. Seriously, most Kerbal launch ever. I'm not kidding. There. Let's see what happens here. Look, it didn't explode this time. Ready? Go! Okay. So this is us getting to orbit quickly. This is what this is all about. So we go up and then we have everything packed inside here. Oh, wrong way. So now... Oh, crap. Hey, and in orbit. In just over a minute. So I did it in 55 seconds, basically. Previously, but that was my how to get into orbit quickly. Right, so look at the timer and look at the moment when the periapse height becomes greater than 70. Right? That's the number to pay attention to, right? So those last stages take only a couple of seconds to burn. So again, this is the number. When this number goes above 70, that's the moment. This is the attitude that I want here. Oh, just hit stability control. Those things exploding there. Don't you guys mind? So I think I'm gonna wait a few more seconds. What's the speed of this thing? So we're above 30. Okay, now and... Yay! Damn it! 57 kilometers! And it had 54 seconds on the clock. Almost did it, but not quite right. So I should have been more aggressive in pushing my nose down. That's what I should do, right? You'd like to see the Kerbal OS version of this. I could totally see that. Ready, and go. I'm gonna go here. This is the attitude I'm gonna take. I think those things are kinda clipping the object. Just a little. Whoa, what would MechJeb do? MechJeb would probably not have any clue what was going on and would say, why am I on fire? I would prefer not to be on fire, please. This way? Ah, I didn't get it either. But I did it again, 54 seconds. So what's my final orbit? Man, I was so close. Oh yeah, you know what? I realized I probably have motor propellant on this thing I can ditch. It might have been too steep a dive there. Hold on, I'm gonna ditch. Yeah, motor propellant. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Does that thing have like 100? No, it doesn't have any reaction wheels other than the one on the capsule. It has a lot of thrust vectoring, of course. There it goes, exploding in every single direction. Yeah, the electric charge is essentially massless, as far as we are concerned. Although, storing electric charge in batteries is not, in fact, massless, as people might imagine. General relativity tells us that it actually, when you charge a battery, it gains mass. Okay, 41. Man. I think I'm just too aggressive right at the end there. Or not aggressive enough, I don't know. Oh, so I'm looking at my horizontal speed. That's my problem. Okay. Ah, that's what I'm seeing wrong. Okay. Yeah, let's burn the capsule as fuel. So I'm hoping I can get down to 54 seconds. So let's do this. It's all about getting to altitude quickly. Come on. Stage. Uh-oh. Wait a second and fire. Oh, 76! There we go! Oh, did anyone see that number? Man, that was so close. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna say that's a pretty good orbit. I mean, not really, but it's a pretty good orbit. 54. You see, this is where you need the slow motion action replay. You know, the maximum G, yeah, 63 point, whatever. Ah, man. Yeah, I need to be steeper to get 54. Let's just all agree on... So I can... How do I make this faster is the next question, right? See, I use these half-fueled boosters so that they give us extra thrust at the start. And then this booster, by this point, has burned enough fuel that it's still pulling like 7 Gs. Okay, and as soon as this burns out... Okay. And... Oh man, 2 meters per man. So actually, yeah, I was too slow there. I was too aggressive in my depletion, and I put myself out of orbit. Yeah, you think? Tracking station. SRBs are kind of useful for setting some records, though. They're very useful early on for getting extra boost. Clip checked, 54 seconds, apparently. Like, okay. Let's take a little bit of fuel out of this middle thing. I don't know. Like that, and then put a little more fuel in here. Let's see how that works. I'll reach the moon. I've been to the moon. I've been to the moon twice today. I could do that because I can do it in an hour. Time. Space. Go. Okay, high G's. And... wow, we got tons of Delta V in this stage. Hopefully I don't actually explode. That's the other problem. This is a very real chance of overdoing it and exploding. Okay, and fire that stage now, and hopefully I don't burn. Okay, and... oh man. Ah, did not get into orbit. Yeah, so much for that idea, guys. It is beautiful, but I think I'm gonna have to go with that. 54. Okay, so I think if anybody can beat 54 in the next couple of days, there are people that would like to know. But I'm gonna say goodnight. I don't know what I'm gonna do in terms of editing this stuff, but thanks very much for showing off, turning up. I am Scott Manley, and you guys have an awesome time. Fly safe. You know I can't ever find the way to click out of this thing. It's always so hard.